Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and this is Wait, what? No, this isn't Tactical Tuesday. What the hell am I saying? This is Ridiculous Loadout, right? Shit. I got so many videos down the pipeline editing right now that I'm starting to mix shit up. Alright, whatever it is. By now you should pretty much know that Ridiculous Loadout is a series that I started way back when in Battlefield 3, where I basically whore myself out for cheap views running a suggested loadout from one of the comments, and hopefully not making too much of an ass of myself in the process, which was, truly hard with this particular episode. Okay, this time Sebastian Abyssalman, sorry if I completely butchered your name, man, suggested I have a look at the Russian Badger's triple Shotty YOLO Strats video and try to have fun with that. Well, essentially what he did was he ran a complete setup of shotguns only. So an 870 MCS as primary, a Shorty as secondary, and the M26 Mass as a gadget. Now, just to top this off and to be a complete douche about it, I also ran a fourth shotgun, the USAS-12. Now, the USAS-12, of course, being one of the pick-up-only guns in Battlefield 4 that you can only pick up in the field and you cannot equip in your loadout menu. But guys still thought that, some of us are trolls, and so they gave us the USAS-12 anyway. So it's not completely gone from the game just yet, but it's a pick-up-only gun, so restrictions apply. Like, you cannot resupply ammo to the USAS-12, and once you switch to another weapon, you can't switch back to the USAS-12. So, that's all well and good, but let's get to the meat and potatoes of the loadout, because there's a lot of ground to cover with, 4 weapons. So, the loadout was not only to include all sorts of different shotguns, it also put a hilarious spin on using them. Basically, what the Russian Badger did was get one kill with one kind of shotgun, then switch to the next weapon, the next shotgun, and get a kill with it, and so on and so forth. So, every time I got a kill, I tried to switch to my next shotgun, which admittedly is when I usually was killed off myself. Okay, so now as I was talking before, at how this loadout went very wrong, and see, as I was saying, I wasn't really enjoying it. I was mainly raging, and it's not actually the loadout's fault, I don't think. I mean, it isn't a bad loadout or anything. The fact that I think the fact that I was getting killed after the guys were taking point-blank buckshot shells was, I think it was bad netcode. It was obvious in most cases that I was dead on, and then I was just dead, It wasn't fair, and yes, I was raging, so I think either, the horrible netcode is responsible, for me just being shot to shit, through walls and things, or that DICE has just broken something in the conical spread of the shotgun pellets. That it's possible they could have done that in the last November 14th patch. Alright, so that's that. And let's now take a look at the actual gun stats here. So this is a stock 870 MCS with buckshot and nothing else. No chokes, no duck bills or muzzle brakes, and no sights. So the stock the stock MCS, or rather the stock buckshot, does 18 damage per pellet at 16 meters, which drops off to 6 damage per pellet at 30 meters. Now each shell contains 12 pellets, so multiply that by the damage of each pellet. Now the 870 MCS has a 109 RPM rate of fire, and the buckshot comes out of the barrel at 300 meters per second. Now, assuming all the pellets hit their mark, this means that at 27 meters, there should be a one-hit kill. And while there is twice the damage in the pellets still at 27 meters, I'm saying that you can't get any further out because, than that, because you'll need more pellets than you have in one shell at a time. And, any further than that would obviously require 13 pellets while you have only 12 pellets in your shell. So you can't get a one-hit kill anymore. You'd have to reload and, pretty much die in the process. And by the way, the short reload on the 870 MCS is 0.7 seconds. But what I was saying before is that you're talking a one-hit kill here. But the problem is this spread doesn't always allow for all the pellets to hit. So here you might be talking, 5 or 7 out of 12 pellets actually hitting your target. And, that's assuming the target doesn't have the armor perk, which makes things even worse, basically absorbing 10% of the damage incoming towards the chest area. So now you're really out of luck and you have to do some math here, because each pellet does different damage on different parts. And I think the lesson extracted from all this is either aim high for the head to get a one-shot kill, or get up close, very, very close to the target, which is next to impossible nowadays because, everyone's sporting the Ace-23, the noob gun. Alright, so the next fun weapon we have in this loadout is the Shotty 12 gauge. Now this is actually a hilariously fun little gun to throw around. It's basically a mini shotgun that's available as a sidearm. Should be particularly useful to recons, by the way, for, obviously room clearing. So the Shotty probably wasn't ever meant to deal with people. It was meant to deal with stubborn locks and doors that couldn't be opened or kicked in. And so the Shotty only, because it's very short obviously, it only holds 3 shells at a time. And it does a maximum damage of 18 at 16 meters and a minimum damage of 6 at 30 meters. It fires 8 pellets per shell, with buckshot obviously, at 120 RPM, and has a muzzle velocity of 300 meters a second. Now the short reload is 0.67 seconds, and fun fact, you cannot aim down sight with this gun. Not sure why DICE did this, but here it is. You cannot aim down sight. Another fun fact with this gun is that you cannot swim with it. Normally you can swim, you can hold a sidearm in Battlefield 4 while you're in the water, but you can't hold the Shotty. Well, why is that? And it should be pretty obvious because it requires two hands to operate, and you need at least one hand to swim. Also, note there is the shorty glitches right now in Battlefield 4. Sometimes the aiming circle disappears when you, mainly when you start running, and usually when you press Q or the spot button, it comes right back. So knowing all this damage info, the shorty should be a one-shot kill at 22 meters, provided all pellets hit the target and the target isn't wearing body armor, obviously. And as I said, these buckshot numbers for any shotgun pretty much mean f*** all when you consider that some pellets won't hit because, they just fly by and completely miss the target because of the spread. Some hit the legs or the stomach, giving you the 0.93 damage multiplier, and the target might have armor on, and so on and so forth. All kinds of shit can happen. And then you got the M26 mass, which comes standard with the red dot sight. It's quite a bit more useful than the other shotguns, I might say. Now, I don't have the exact stats for the M26 mass yet, because Simthic hasn't published them yet, but it feels like DICE either hasn't broken it like the other pump shotguns, or that it has a much tighter spread angle. And yes, by the way, I realize that's the perfect setup for a "that's what she said" joke, so let's not go there. And finally, the USAS-12. Well, what can be said about this magical gun that hasn't been said before? I mean, it's a gun they will write songs about. It's a legend, and rightly so. It's perfect for indirect fire and making people displaced from cover when you cannot see them. It does little direct damage at its maximum damage is 20 at 8 meters, which drops off to 5 at 40 meters. And of course there is some splash damage from the frag rounds. It fires at 300 RPM and its muzzle velocity is 150 meters a second. Its short reload is 2.5 seconds and its long reload is 3.45 seconds with no rounds left in the chamber. And obviously, since it's a pickup gun, you can't resupply it with ammo. And it's also got more bullet drop than most of the other guns at 15 meters a second. And as always, frag rounds mean explosives, which obviously when you fire will hurt you or even kill you if you're, well within their splash damage radius. So be careful not to shoot your own balls off. So thanks for watching. Please rate, share this video, and check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.